Little Nemo, the Dream Master, also known as Pajama Hero Nemo, is a game developed by Capcom. That's right, y'all know who Capcom is. Those guys. They put out a lot of great games, don't they? And this is excluding the hidden gems. And some of you may not know this, but Capcom also put out games geared for children, like DuckTales, Rescue Rangers, and Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. Maybe I should play that one sometime. And just to talk about some of the classics before getting into the Dream Master, we have Tokiro Fujiwara, who is a producer and designer responsible for titles like Commando, Bionic Commando, Ghost and Goblins, Strider, just to name a few. Mega Man! I never said something like this before in my other videos, but if you're going to take something away from this channel as a gamer and fan of Capcom, do yourself this favor and revisit some of this work. You won't regret it. Little Nemo, the Dream Master, is something that I remember playing at some point, and I can't remember exactly when. I do remember the film that it was based off of. I think something about it scared me as a child. Off to Slumberland. These cutscenes kill me. Just that point where it cuts off the sentence, then you gotta wait. Hi Nemo, I've come to invite you to Slumberland. Oh my god, yes! Why? The princess has chosen you to be what? Her playmate? Nemo, come on, this already sounds kinda sketch. Wow, really? But if she's a princess, then she must be a girl. Oh my goodness, Nemo, you've cracked it. Right, I never played with girls. Before. Lord help me, they gave the word before its own slide. I'm sorry, but I have to speed this up. The messenger replies, she's not a girl, she's a princess. You know, because if my out-of-nowhere hat and blimp did make it all sink in, then you're not just dealing with your typical girl next door. I bet she's still a girl. Nemo, you really are something special, aren't you? Forget the cutscenes. If you want the story, just watch the darn film. Playing the game, you will see that the development put in solid work on the environment, the music, and the control of Little Nemo. To start, Nemo himself can't fight, but he can throw candy to stun or feed special creatures that will help him through the stage. Like this frog thing here. Give it 3 drops to eat, and then it goes to sleep. Have Nemo touch it, then boom, Little Nemo is now Frog Nemo, and Frog Nemo can not only jump higher, but he can kill enemies with belly flop. Ha, neato. The earlier stages have you searching for keys to unlock the door at the end. Usually there are 6 in order to progress. If you find yourself getting through the board too quickly with only 2 keys in the pocket, you may as well turn around and get your keys together. After working your way past Mushroom Forest, you go to the Flower Garden. And in the Flower Garden, you get to be a gorilla. Ha! Listen up. If you play this game, you are going to hate this thing. This dandelion demon spore. Just look at how it moves. It's so hard to avoid, and it just keeps coming down one after the other. They don't stop. My only advice to you is to jump close, to juke it into falling straight down and away from you. Stage 3 is the House of Ties. This one is cool. You get to ride a choo-choo. Choo-choo. But don't forget to grab your keys along the way. Stage 4 is your sea level. You get to do some swimming. And you also get to do some digging in the sand as a hermit crab. And stage 5 lets you jump around in Nemo's house. Yeah. Fight some monkeys. Then they take you over to Cloud Ruins, where you get to do some good old cloud platform jumping. And look at who we get to see again. Oh, Demon Spore, how I have not missed you. By the way, if you look at the manual, the real name of this enemy is Float Fiend. And they don't show all the enemies in this booklet. I assume that the development knew that this Tagna would deserve its spot and the name to go with it. Along with this guy.
Army Ant.
Kinda looks like a bra, doesn't it? No. This is the part where the boobs go, and these are the straps. Look, I may have pervy vision, but I'm pretty sure that the designer took a look at some lady's underwear and was like, yup, that's a foul. Stage 6, someplace that's all upside down, topsy-turvy. I like that word. topsy-turvy. And of course, our demon spore buddy is here as well, so watch out for him. Other than that, this is the last stage where you have to collect keys. You finally meet the princess, and she's all like,
"Rescue my father and defeat the Nightmare King."
And Nemo's just like, I don't think I can. I'm just a little boy. See, this is that heavy conditioning that's been given to us as kids in the decades before. You know? Like, okay, you're a little boy. Can't even wear a piece of armor. Probably still wet in the bed. You only got your PJs on. Well, that's too bad. It's still up to you to save everyone, so deal with it. Take your dinky morning star. What? This thing's a morning star? Doesn't it look more like a scepter? Whatever, I'm calling it a scepter. So now these last 3 stages, you get to go through Nightmare Land, and you're not looking for keys anymore. Nemo gets a magic attack with the scepter, which you can equip by pressing select. You still have to use creature skins to progress, but your main goal is to just get through the stage and fight the boss. And I thought I was having a decent enough time looking for the keys, but I was wrong. This is where the fun is at in this game. It's tough, but it's also satisfying and the music is just right. It feels so good to be able to finally smack some enemies around and fight back. And when you get to the Nightmare King, I have to admit that while I wasn't expecting it, the fight itself felt pretty darn epic. Look at him. He looks like he's about to spit a verse. That's my rapping. That's how it sounds. It's terrible. But that's it. Nemo rescues the king of Slumberland and even gets a kiss before getting sent on his way back home. Little Nemo, the Dream Master for the NES, is surprisingly a much more enjoyable experience than what I expected it to be. Capcom gives you fun level after fun level, and while it comes close to aggravating, it never reaches a point where I get irritated and have to give it a break. From the moment I turned on the game, I didn't want to stop playing it. Not only that, it's a pretty creative form of play with the candy and the creature abilities. If I gotta say something, it would be that while I like searching for the keys, I enjoyed the Nightmare Land levels much more. If the entire game had been set like the last 3 stages, allowing me to just play through and optionally pick up the keys as I went, for maybe a bonus stage or weapon, it would have been a step closer to perfection. The Balsameter reads 8 out of 10. Not as grand as Ghosts and Goblins, but still entertaining nonetheless.